Well, you're not alone in not knowing what sociological theory is. I think a lot of us sociologists struggle with what sociological theory is. What's really unique about sociology, or maybe extends to the other social sciences, as opposed to, say, the natural sciences, is that they, yes, stand on the shoulders of giants, as Isaac Newton famously said, but they don't need really to study what Newton said or what somebody with Ptolemy said, because every new theory subsumes the old theory. So relativity explains Newtonian physics and explains new data. Sociological theory, by contrast, I find that we can't really get past our founding fathers, because they are fathers for the most part. Marx, Simmel, Weber, Durkheim, these folks seem constantly relevant to us today. And then you can add later theorists who folks like or dislike. So they're less a theory about how everything works, and therefore, a base upon which we build and revise or overturn in some cases, and more like a lens. They're different pairs of eyeglasses through which to look at the world, and they remain, to lesser and greater degrees, still relevant. So we never quite sort of graduate from our founders in the way that the natural sciences do. I hope that answers the role of sociological theory, but that's not to say that it's not useful. It's very valuable to put on your Marxist classes to look at a social problem once in a while, or your Weberian interpretive lens, and think about the concepts of Gemeinschaft and Gesellschaft as a way to look at something, or class status and party, or to reread Simmel and think about the dyad and the triad when you're thinking about contemporary international relations, or to think of the collective conscience when you're thinking about how the media covers the death penalty today. So they seem to be ever relevant. I think the danger with sociological theory is to get too hung up on one of them, to become a Weberian, a Marxist, a Simmelian, or a Durkheimian, for example, or even a later theory, a Parsonian or a Bourdieuian. I think that then the theory, you're serving the theory and your research is serving the theory rather than the other way around. And too often that happens, and we have to guard against that as young sociologists.